Hey everybody, it's the 13th Wolfman. You know what? This week Vinegar Syndrome is having their halfway to Black Friday sale. So I'm going to pull a page out of Tony Has Nine Fingers and Aaron Pinn's book and kind of show you what I have from Vinegar Syndrome. And it might give you some ideas of, if you want to pick something up from them, what to pick up. So here we go. I've got quite a few movies here, so let's get started. First one is Graduation Day. This is from the early 80s. Vanna White is actually in this movie. Not for long, but she is in this movie. It's a good film. It's a fun one. So next you have Don't Go in the Woods. This is one of the most bizarre movies. This is a very simple film. It's got a commentary with the director and Mary Gale Arts, the lead actress, and others. I mean, just that alone makes this fun. But it's an odd film. It's very also from the early '80s, but made on a shoestring budget, if that. You know. Like I said, it's got a commentary with the director, Mary Gale Arts, and the lead actress and others. Commentary with Hysteria continues. Cast and crew featurette. I mean, autograph signing, TV promos. Again, sounds like a good time. I have the alternate cover shown on this one, but this is Frightmare. It's also known as the Horror Star. I will put up the real artwork over here so you can check it out. Not that this isn't the real artwork, but I just thought this was kind of cooler looking rather than just a casket. Again, man, you have a lot of stuff. This is a 2K scan. Another 80s horror classic. This guy, horror icon dies, and these guys do what they can. People steal his body in a way to commensurate, with the passing of him, and weird stuff begins to happen. Evils of the Night. This was one of the first ones I bought last year. Last year was my first time buying from the halfway to Black Friday sale, and this was one of the first ones. I've always wanted to get this movie, and I did. And on here, you have it's scanned from it's a 2K scan. You have a featurette. Alternate TV, there's a TV length edit on here, which is always interesting because the TV edits always have to cover up like the nudity and the swearing, so they have to find a more creative way of doing it. So you get two movies on here basically for one. TV spot, work in progress, the theatrical trailer, reversible cover art. I like this cover art. I like the fact that the Millennium Falcon, they didn't get sued for this, but you can see the Millennium Falcon on there. Then you got a double feature of Linnea Quigley in Murder Weapon and Deadly Embrace. Two different movies altogether. Linnea Quigley is in both of them. I prefer one over the other. I won't tell you which one. It's another 2K scan, a commentary track with the director, David. I can never pronounce his last name. David Ducotu and others. Linnea Quigley on both films, so she shows up talking about her work on both films. One's good, one's okay. Let's put it that way. There you go. There's the cover art. Next we have a Pete Carpenter double feature, Blood Mania and Point of Terror. And on this one I liked Blood Mania a little bit more than the other one. And again, it's a double feature, so you get two movies for the price of one. You got commentary track on Blood Mania with Robert Vincent. Robert Vincent O'Neill, the director, Leslie Sims, the actress, and Vicky Peters, another actress. I mean, there's TV spots, there's theatrical trailers. You know, again, Blood Mania and Point of Terror. And again, I believe it was Blood Mania that I liked better on this one. Now we get to Slaughterhouse. Basically, a kind of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type knockoff, but it's a good film. Buddy has an axe to grind, a big axe. This guy is seriously menacing looking. I mean, he's just kind of a creepy looking character, and he speaks Pekingese. It's funny. I don't think he says one actual English word in this movie. He's raised on a slaughter. He's raised at a ranch that's also a slaughterhouse that slaughters pigs, and the only thing you hear him do is squeal and snort, and you know. And this does have reversible artwork. It's not much different than this. I mean, it pretty much looks the same, except where it says Buddy has an axe to grind. Instead of it being down here, it's up at the top. So I just left it. Witch Trap. Ha. This was another one that I was definitely going to grab. But this I grabbed, I think, at Black Friday. Either at Black Friday or when they did that quick sale, like in February. But this was another one of those ones that you just have to, you know. Linnea Quigley's in this too. This group of people, basically Ghostbusters, go to this house to find out what's going on at this house, and you know, it's got a ghost, and the ghost is the guy that played the evil spirit in Witchboard. You know, and like I said, Linnea Quigley's in a lot of movies that these guys put out. But this is not a sequel to Witchboard, just so you know. Al Adamson's Nurse Sherry. This was a cool movie that I just got this one. This one I did get at the February sale. It's a possession film. It's a good time. It looks cheesy as all hell, but it actually is a pretty good story to it. I'm just going to start skipping through these. The Corpse Grinders, Ted V. Michaels. If you get this, you got to watch all the stuff that's on here, because listening to Ted Michaels is kind of interesting about how he got into the movies and how he moved from one studio to another, and this is a good time. It's a cheesy film. And I don't want to use the word cheesy. It's a good film, but you could tell that it's a low budget movie. Let's put it that way. Then you got another twofer. Bloodhook and The Lurkers. Or not Bloodhook, Primeval and The Lurkers. Both movies about cults, you know. One is a New York cult trying to run everything from New York, and again, I just enjoyed these. They're Roberta Findlay movies. Robert. So, The Lurkers and Primeval. Again, another twofer. I got quite a few of those. You know, it's like, why not spend a little bit of money for a 2-pack? You know, when you look at it, you're like, okay, well, I'm getting two for the price of one, but when you break down the price, you're actually getting them for a better deal, especially during this sale. Then next you've got Bloodhook. Ha! I don't have any of the slipcases for any of these movies, and that's by choice. I'm not the biggest slipcase fan, and I know there are people out there that are, but I just choose to, you know, have the movie. if I want to watch the movie, I don't have to, remove the slipcase and worry about it getting crushed and all that. This is just me watching stuff that I wanted to have since I was a kid. Bloodhook is really odd. It's another one of those movies that's kind of odd. These friends go out to a lake during the summer, and there's a guy killing people with a giant hook. So Bloodhook. Next, I used to rent this movie as a kid all the time. This was one of those ones where you'd walk into the video rental place and you're like, oh my god, I just have to watch that again and again and again, and it's Mausoleum. And this is the cover art that I remember. There's a reversible cover art on this, but this is when I got this, I had to flip it to this because this was the cover art that I remember walking in and seeing on the VHS copies, and I'm like, it's got to be that. It's got to be that creepy skull mausoleum looking thing, and it's a good time. Next is a Canucksploitation film, Splatter University. This is just kind of like a weird comedy that's kind of like disguising itself as a horror movie in a way. Yes, it's kind of a slasher, but there's a lot of funny things that happen in it, so I'll recommend this big time, And then Satan's Slave. Another one of those ones when I saw it first, I was like, okay, I have to get it. And this is another one I flipped the cover art on because this is the cover art I kind of remember as a kid. And yeah, if you notice, I have a lot of like cult or satanic or stuff like. For some reason, that's the flavor of the month that I'm into right now, and I just love this cover art. Satan's Slave. And then last year, basically the first thing I had to grab, because I've been waiting forever for this to come out on Blu-ray, and I wanted to. I mean, I've had chances of getting these three movies, on DVD, on VHS, but I never did. I never pulled the trigger on it. Then when I saw that Vinegar Syndrome did it, I had to grab it. And that is the Angel Collection. Angel 1, 2, and 3. Angel, Avenging Angel, and Angel, the Final Conflict. There is an Angel 4, but it was a made-for-like Showtime movie or something like that. And it's just not included in this. And this has got this was the only way to get it. You couldn't buy the movies alone, So you had, if you wanted these movies, you had to get them in this. And it has this really cool slipcover that divides in the middle. See if I could do this. There. Just like that. How cool is that? And then, there you go. So yeah, the Angel Collection, Witch Trap, Nurse Sherry, The Corpse Grinders, Primeval, The Lurkers, Bloodhook, Mausoleum, Splatter University, Satan's Slave, Evils of the Night, Point of Entry, Blood Mania, Slaughterhouse, Graduation Day, Don't Go in the Woods, Frightmare, aka The Horror Star, and what's the one I'm forgetting? Oh, Murder Weapon, Deadly Embrace, double feature. That's everything that I have from Vinegar Syndrome, and I'm planning on grabbing a little bit more. So, if this gives you any ideas of what to get, I'm happy for you. If not, oh well. But always like, subscribe, share, comment. I always want to know what you have to say when you do subscribe. Hit that bell, bing that bell, ring that bell, ding that bell, and you'll be notified anytime I put something new up. As always, I am the 13th Wolfman, and I'm on the prowl.